Myself, Professor Ikhe. I am teaching a new topic, torque equation of DC motor, which is from a unit DC machine. So this subject, electrical and electronics engineering, this subject is draft for course AC mechanical. So now we will discuss about torque and their equations. So in considering the DC motor, so torque is nothing but the turning and twisting movement of force about an axis. Consider a pulley. So for that pulley, we consider one torque equation, which is nothing but the product of force and radius at which this force act. So there is given one relation, mathematical equation, T torque T equal to F into R. So where F is the force applied on that body and R is the radius of that armature. Here instead of pulley we consider the armature. For motor there is armature is there and which is in circular in shape or cylindrical in shape. So torque equation becomes T equal to F into R and measure in Newton meter. Here force unit is Newton and radius having unit meter, so it becomes Newton meter. Second thing, what is the work done in one revolution is calculated by formula W equal to force into distance, so it becomes F into 2 pi r. So distance now convert into 2 pi r. So 2 pi r, it is the circumference value of armature, because the armature in cylindrical shape or circular in shape. So whatever the distance covered by the armature is calculated by this formula 2 pi r, that is the circumference value of circle. Okay, next point, we have to relate this torque with the power value. For that we calculate power value. So power developed in armature is nothing but the work done within time. So what is the work done here? So force into circumference value into number of revolution per time. So number of revolution is denoted by symbol n, and for time it divided by 60. So it becomes F into 2 pi r into n whole divided by 60. So we'll get the one relation F into r, that is the torque relation, and 2 pi n by 60, that is angular velocity omega. So replace the terms in equation number 1. So we'll get new equation for power P equal to torque into omega, so which is in joule per second. Okay, so we'll get power relation, power and torque relation, P equal to T into omega. So there are various types of torque. Number 1, armature torque. This torque is also called as gross torque. So torque developed in the armature winding is called gross torque or armature torque. The power associated with this torque is called as gross mechanical output power. Okay, so how to this calculate? Simply we denote PA, that is armature power, equal to TA armature torque into omega. Again we here replace omega equal to 2 pi n upon 60. Okay, so what is the mechanical power here? T into omega. And what is the electrical power at armature side? So that is nothing but the relation back EMF and current. So EB into I, it is the electrical power at armature. So we can relate these two equations in considering the power. So it will becomes TA into 2 pi n upon 60 equal to EBIA. Again we know the back EMF equation. EB equal to 5p Zn upon 60A. So replacing this value in torque power relation, so we'll get Ta into 2 pi n upon 60 equal to 5p Zn upon 60A into Ia. So rearrange this equation, we'll get final torque equation Ta equal to Pz upon 2 pi A into 5 into Ia. Okay, so from this equation we'll calculate, or we can consider P value. So what is the P value here? P value is the number of pole value, number of magnetic pole in motor. Z means number of armature conductors divided by 2 pi, that is one constant value, and A, this is the armature path, number of parallel path in armature. So that are the value, are the constant value. So we can say that the armature torque is directly proportional to product of flux and armature current. So we'll get one proportionality equation, Ta proportional to phi into Ia. So second torque is nothing but the shop torque. This is denoted by letter simply T suffix sh. So sh indicates shaft and T indicates torque value. So this is the portion of gross torque that is available at the shaft for doing some useful work. So this is called as the shaft torque or load torque. So again we can write TSH equal to output in watts divided by 2 pi n by 60. Again n is the revolution, number of revolution in RPM. So there is one more torque that is called lost torque, and this lost torque is some of this power get lost while traveling from armature to load. So the loss of power takes place due to friction and windage. So this torque is required to overcome these losses is called the lost torque, and this is denoted by a letter T small f. The lost torque Tf is practically assumed to be constant even when the load is changed from 0 to maximum. So shaft torque, it is always less than the armature torque. Okay, so we can relate one equation, TSH, that is shaft torque, equal to total torque, that is at armature side, Ta minus Tf. So we'll get one equation, TSH equal to Ta minus Tf, where T is the armature torque and Tf is the lost torque. So let us revise equation of torque. So for that, here we consider the power. So what is the electrical power and what is the power at armature, mechanical power. So consider the electrical power, that is voltage into current form. So here we consider back EMF at armature winding into armature current equal to T omega. So Ta into omega, so omega replaced by 2 pi n by 60. Second equation, Eb, which is nothing but the back EMF. So which are the parameter responsible for back EMF are given 5p nz upon 60A. So while putting this value in above equation, we will get the third equation, 5p nz upon 60A into Ia equal to Ta 2 pi n upon 60. So rearranging this equation, we will get Ta equal to 2 divided by 1 divided by 2 pi phi Ia Pz upon A. So for this equation, Pz A and 1 upon 2 pi, that are the constant value. So what is remaining? only phi into I. So torque proportionality equation is nothing but the torque proportional to flux into current, armature current.